Checkity check, check, check. There we go, green. The Twilight Zone in the APG studio. Holy smokes. Okay. Now, let's see if I can go on YouTube here and find me. My channel. Okay, it says I'm live. It says I'm live like 20 million times. Hey, there we go. Let me turn that down. Let me go here. Let me X that because I want to share it. We're going to try to make this work one last time. Where's my keyboard? There we go. Y'all would think I know what I'm doing, but I don't. Last time. Tweet it. Facebook it. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I must have turned me off. Good gracious, people. Okay. Let's see what we get. Let's see what happens this time. Okay. Okay. Well, hi, Kamuri. I'm so glad you're here. Joyce, I'm so glad you found your way back among all my other tries. The computer, you know, the internet went down. I got the internet back. And then YouTube says, no, we can't do that. So I tried to restart and it's like, no, we can't do that. And then in the middle of that, the computer's like, I'm turning off. And it turned off. It didn't reboot or restart or nothing. It just flat out turned off. So I restarted the computer. It got mid restart and it turned off again. Now, I don't know. You weren't here earlier when I said I had some issues. I am having issues with my 10-year-old Vizio, Sony Vizio, which I love and wish I could get another one, but they don't make them anymore. Anyway. So I finally got it to restart. Then it did that whole update thing. Twilight Zone. It has been a rough day, y'all. and if we fall off the grid again, okay, if we fall off the grid again, I'm not going to restart, but I will turn on the recorder and just record doing the page without y'all. I'm sorry. I don't want to do that. But I don't know. I don't know if I had the patience to do that for another 20, 30 minutes again. Anyway, we were going through folder number 48 that Billie Lemire picked out for us. And I will start over on account of I don't know when it turned off. Okay. So we've got a piece of purple and a piece of blue cardstock. We got this unusual flower off of some kind of, I don't even know what it's on, y'all. Some kind of weird paper-y stuff. Can't imagine where it came from. We have a couple of leftover postage stamp sticker sheets. One's for the eclipse of the sun and one is the moon. We've got this piece of junk mail. These striped pieces of cardstock, and it's some kind of textury thing. Almost feels like watercolor, but it's not watercolor because it's striped. And this is the what I love, so we're going to be using those for sizzles. And I like this real well, so we're going to use that. And then we have a piece of watercolor paper that's done with the sprinkle dyes and wax resist that I was going to use for a journal cover. So it's kind of been folded and it's marked up for journal cover, but I didn't use it because it would have been too small the way the journal cover was supposed to, the structure was supposed to be. So we're not going to use that. And then we've got two heavy pieces of chipboard. And this is actually leftovers from when we did worked in our, or I made the first journal, which was 3 or 4 years ago, y'all. So, wow. The first part does contain, and I'll have to go back and rename that part 1. It does contain prior information, little chit-chatty stuff. So there we go. In our own lost conjunction. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? And that is just really going to fit on there pretty nicely. And I do feel like I want to fold that down and have a little cuff. So let me get the scoreboard. Y'all, it's just been just like pandemic in the studio today, y'all. Just saying. So, because that's going to fit that way. What's my height is 5 3/4. That just seems awful weird. Oh, that's the cover. Okay, 5 1/2. So I want to take, and I want to fold down 1/2 inch. That's not straight. Oh, it's not straight. This must be something I cut. Well, that's all right. It'll be all right. I said so. So we're going to go with 5 1/2-ish, which is about there. And then we're going to fold that over that way. Because I said, how wonky is it? I can see this side's cut wonky. Oh, well. Moving on. Because I do not have the gumption. Oh, Billie, thank you. I'm glad you came back. And is that, let me flip this page. It's been a mess. Well, it's going to be, Billie, it's going to be 2 videos. It's going to be a part 1. I have to rename the part 1. And then I'm going to have to, that is wonky, trim this now. And I had a false restart, at least one false restart. And there may be a second false restart. I don't know. But anyway, the deal is, and I'm going to repeat it again, that well, I didn't want to cut that much. I'm lost. I just lost my total thought because I didn't want to cut that much, but I did. Okay, let me try this again. Y'all can't see. Yeah, I cut way too much off, but we're not going to discuss it because I've already got enough discussing going on. I meant to, Joyce, but this is a newish cutter. And I'm used to it cutting further this way. And now it's cutting in the middle. And I'm kind of liking this one. On the last one, which I still have, by the way, there's really not anything wrong with it other than you can't see the numbers and all that. Oh, you can't see up there either. The numbers and all that have rubbed off. And someone says, well, put contact paper on it. Well, I can't get the numbers back on there because it is smooth metal. So I got another cutter, inexpensive cutter, picked up at Tuesday morning for $5 or $6. And this time I did put contact paper on it. So these numbers should not rub off, but it does put my cutting position slightly different than what I had become accustomed to. And then Tuesday morning had one of these. I got one of these for my friend Alice last year for Christmas. And I've been waiting a long time for them to get another one back because this is one I really wanted because you have the scoreboard and the cutter in one thing. And it's fold-upable. So it's kind of travelable. Anyway. Ha! Cutie, Linda, Joyce, Billie, Kai Marie. I'm so glad you guys are here. I really appreciate your time and your patience and all that good stuff. So I should probably move my camera a little bit. And again, I still don't have the air conditioner on, although I was getting pretty flustered and started, getting a little hot under the collar. So I don't know that we're actually going to make this as a pocket, but I do like that folded down. Oh, great. Now we have autofocus. Oh, that's just fabulous. Y'all lurkers. That's right, Joyceage. Okay, well, we're just going to have to learn to deal with autofocus on the day we're using stripedy stripes. I'm going to glue this down because I don't want that to be a pocket, which actually that looks kind of funny. So I think I'll cut that off after all. Let's cut it off after all. Be a little more careful this time. Just a little more careful. Where's that? Where's the line? There's the line-ish. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't want it to be a pocket today. I didn't say we weren't making a pocket. Hey, Lilith. I didn't say we weren't making a pocket. We're just not going to use the back as a pocket today. Oh my goodness. Y'all. It's been a day. Today has already been a week, I should say. Pandemonium pandemic in here today. Oh my goodness. And I'm using my favorite glue in case you didn't know. Today's folder has been chosen by Billie Lemire with, she picked number 48, which was some special fellow's NASCAR car number. And I don't know. I know NASCAR. I have been to NASCAR, but I don't really NASCAR. But I think Joyceage knew who that was. So we're going to leave just a little white space. Yeah, about probably that much. And then some over there. Get a bone folder. It's not a real bone. Jimmy Johnson. There we go. Sorry. I have been to NASCAR. I used to have NASCAR shirts. I'm not really a sporty kind of person. I know NASCAR may not be considered a sport, but it is a sport because it is a physical competition. And I deem that as a sport, which I guess art could be considered a physical competition and a sport as well, if you describe it like that. Thusly, right? So when I restarted the for the first part 2, I had no sound. And it took the computer like 15, 20 minutes to come up to full speed action. So, yeah. Just going to run some of this art glitter glue underneath this little small sliver here because it's got the little tiny thing doesn't want to come out. And I don't know why I should even worry about that. I'm not worried. Worrying is not quite my thing. I do get concerned with stuff, but I think being concerned and worrying are two different things. Worrying is when you can't stop thinking about it. And concerned is where you think about it every once in a while, in my opinion, which I am full of today. Oh my goodness. The art of sport. Sport, not whatever other word. Okay. Whew. We're done. Oh, I think my brain's done, y'all. Okay, so wait. Put some glue on it because it's very important, obviously, to me for that to be glued down 100,000%. Sometimes when I go to get flustered like this, I am just flustered up. And now the glue won't stop oozing out. Come on. Good gracious. Okay. Folder 48, chosen by Billie Lemire in honor of Jimmy Johnson. Okay. So now we have that. We may have to use some other stuff not in the folder. I'm liking the purple because it's purple. But I want to cut it. I really have no plan, y'all. It may look like I've planned, but I have no plan. So I'm going to straighten this piece up because it too is crooked. Now it is straight-ish that way. And that gives me 3. I just don't want it that big because we're going to put it around there. Are we going to put it around there? Yes. And then we're going to, what size is this? Y'all. Oh, good. Oh, your birthstone is the amethyst? I don't know what month amethyst is. I'm not amethyst. I'm garnet. I'm a garnet, y'all. Not a ruby, but a garnet. Okay, so we're going to go with 2. What is that? 2 1/4. Let's go with 2 1/4. Not that these measurements will mean anything. That's right, January. Oh, it's February. Okay. I'm a garnet, which is a brownish red. Rubies are actual pink. And a lot of people confuse garnet or rubies for garnets, and they are not quite the same. Almost, but not. Hey, Nancy. Nancy's a garnet. Does that make you Capricorn? Hey, Function. So I'm thinking I'm going to go, for some reason, I'm feeling geometric with stripes, and you can't see up there. I've already readjusted this once. Let me see if I can Just a little bit. Okay. I think I want this one smaller. Okay, because it's, let's see, do we want not a lot smaller? So yeah, let's go with that. Let's see what that does. Okay, I'm kind of liking that. I don't know why. I'm really not much of a, well, not really much of a geometry-y, but I'm feeling that. I might have to use that blue paper. Where'd you put it? Where'd you hide the blue papers? This is folder 48. Okay. So, get a ruler. I'm gonna pretend I'm Janet Merle. That's 3, so I really want to make it 2.5. Gonna make it 2.5. I'm getting fancy. I'm measuring. 2.5. 2.5 is right there. Shake and bake and a help. Okay, so what size do we want on this one? That's 4 and 2 dots. We'll go with 3.5 and 1 dot. That's my fancy measure. Oh, it's 3.5 and 1 dot. See? Perfect. Okay. So this one is 2.5 by 2.25. So this time we're going to go with 2 by 1 3/4. I'm just making these measurements up. Okay, just totally making this up because it's looking perfect in my eyes, in my brain. It is looking so perfect, y'all. Now, would this one be lucky enough to look okay-ish on there? No, it's just a little too much. So what was this one? This one was a 2 by not quite 2. So we'll go with 1.5 that away. And see, that's not, okay. So we're going to go with a 1.5. These are just totally made up measurements. They don't mean nothing to nobody. By 1.5. This one's going to be a perfect square, perfectly square. And there we go. Okay. So now we got that. I don't know what we're going to do with these, but I like that. My brain says yes. My brain is saying yes. Okay. Now, I think this is really too heavy because it's a card or chipboard, faux chipboard, and it's one dot past one. It's 1 dot thickness. What is that? An 1/8? I don't know. A 16th? I don't know. So we're going to do that. Now what, we may ask? I don't know. We could put this color on top. We could just keep building up and go, hey, Carla, I'm so glad everybody's here, y'all. It has been, it's a 1/16. Okay, Billie knows what a 1 dot is. A one, yeah. I don't know. We got those. I showed this on part 1 that is not labeled as part 1 yet, okay? But I got my stuff from Zandra. Let's pull out those new stamps, brand spanking new stamps that we got from Zandra's store. Okay, y'all? Let's just use one of these. Okay, we're going to call this one number 1. We're going to call this one number 2. Sorry about autofocus. I cannot adjust it at this time. I've had enough issues. And this one's going to be number 3. So the third person that picks a number, that's the stamp set we'll use. So we have 1, 2, 3. Third person, pick a stamp number. I'm going to set these aside. Okay, that's person number 1, that's person number 2, and that's person number 3, and everybody picked number 3. So this is number 3. Y'all just like that sexy bathing suit she's in. Okay. So that's the one we're going to use. Because we all said, the crowns. It does have crowns. And I'm feeling a little crowny today, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I cut the sticky part off of the storage envelope. Well, it's a storage envelope for right now. It will eventually make its way into one of my stamp books. Probably under the people category, because it's a people. And she will not totally fit on there, but that's okay. That's okay. In fact, that's actually going to be pretty perfect. I think, because we're going to cut her up. Oh, get a block. Get an acrylic block to put her on. Okay. We got one. These are new. I don't know how new they are for Jane Davenport. It just doesn't fit quite. It doesn't matter. I'm going to angle her on my block so that her whole body fits on the block. Okay. Let me get out my foamy stuff. It's a thickish piece of fun foam. Let me measure it so we can see if Billie knows what it is. It is 1, 2, it's 3 dots wide, Billie. 3 dots wide. Solomon. 3 in a row. And personally, I would use part of all 3 of them. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm lost, but don't let that upset you. Today has already been a week. Okay. So her headish. It's going to go here-ish. Yes. We're just going to use black because it's easy and it's a no-brainer, okay? You can't agree on the color of milk? 3/16, Billie says, is what the three dots is. Okay. So how does that go on there again? It goes that away. So she's going to go like, I'm going to have to cut her hand off because that's just the way it's going to go, y'all. Like that. Because this is going to be perfect, okay? Yeah, it depends on the milk. Okay. It's stamped perfectly and well enough. Okay. So now we're going to get her body. Her body's going to go on here. Like something. It's going to go in there like something. Like that. Hey, Marion, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that everybody is here because it has just been a weird day already. So we're going to have a weird page in honor of a weird day already. Let me get a thing and wipe off our brand new stamp that has now been used. So we've used this stamp, and I like it when we use our products, our stuff. It's always a good thing. I think I got enough of that off of there. Shake and bake and I helped. Okay. So yeah, somebody mentioned the crowns. We liked it, the crowns. I don't want to put a crown on her per se. Okay. Crown 1 or crown 2? 1 or 2? QT, what? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But do we want crown 1? Crown 2? Crown 2. Crown 2 is the wiener. Of course, it has to be slightly cockeyed like me. So, oh, now we have a ones and a bunch of ones. Well, I'm sorry. Two is going, and we're going to put a slipper here, and a slipper here, or a slipper here, and that feet could be backwards. How would we even know? Because that would just be so par for the course, wouldn't it? Okay, let me get a piece of scrap paper, and we will stamp her feet, so maybe we can get them going in the correct direction here. That looks funny. Let's try this way. You know, it probably doesn't much matter. So we're going to do it that way. We're going to do her feet that way. Stamp off the excess. Y'all notice I didn't prepare these brand new stamps. They just started stamping perfectly right away. So we're going to put her feet thusly and her crown thusly, like so-age, like that-age. Okay. Okay, like that-age. I'm so glad y'all here. Hi, Shelly. Let's see what we got. Perfection. That's what we got. Okay. Stamp off our excess inkage. Shelly, it's been a day and it's been a week. Today already. It's already been a week. The pandemic has reached an all-new high in my studio today, this very day. But that's okay, because that's all over with now. Okay. We lost basically an hour of video, live action show. I like it. It's unusual for me, but I'm liking it. Okay. We just got a slight little smearage right there, but we're going to act like we didn't see that. And y'all might not have saw that. but now you have to see it. Okay. It's a shame she wasn't quite enough to get everything together. What a cute little stamp set. And no, she's not going to get the tutu. Oh, look. On the picture, they've stamped the tutu totally separate and then cut it out and glued it on so that it's layered up. Should we do that? Now that I see that, we could put her in a striped tutu, but then the stamping wouldn't show up very well. So that's not very good thinking. We could stamp her on another color. That tutu could be a flower. You are absolutely correct, Joyce. Look at that. Just put a stem on it. Holy smokes. Good eye, Joyce. It's good eye. You want green? Let me see what scraps I have over here, because I don't want to get a whole brand new sheet. These are my little scraps that I keep over by the die cutter. So, but wait, let's pull. I'll move that. Move that. Move that. So that would be big enough for her tutu. So we have that color. That's not too copacetic. That's an interesting color. None of it is in the stripy business. So not that one. We have this green, which would kind of work. And it's big enough. We have a goldy yellow color, which isn't the same. Well, it's kind of the same in places. That would work. I'm only grabbing the ones that are big enough for the tutu that I wasn't going to use, but now apparently I am. I am. Oh, here's a light yellow. Oh, no. Not that one. Not that one. We have this mixed up. We have this mixed up thing, which sort of has some of the same colors in it. But no. Hang on. Here's a slightly different red. Nope, exact same red. Scratch that. With white, of course, but that would be boring. We have black, but then you can't see the stamping on it. So those are too big. I don't want to make them smaller. We have this purple, which I'm not feeling. We have some glitter pink. I don't know. No, because it's hard to stamp on. It only takes me a second sometimes. Okay. So we have 3 choices. Today's page has been mostly built by y'all, mostly. So we have, let me move our body. So we have red, yellow, or green. I'm not painting it. So Carla likes the red. I am leaning towards the red myself because it kind of brings that brightness kind of back up. And for some reason, I need a little bright today. And it looks pretty okay good with those. This one's kind of okay, but it makes the purple look washed out. This one's okay, but it's kind of, we're going with red. We're just going to go with red. So, where's my styrofoamage? It's not styrofoam, it's fun foam. 3/16 of an inch if you need to know how thick it is. And that would make a beautiful flower. So, anywho, I hope everyone is doing well. Things are going okay around here, other than this morning-ish. I'm going to put it on an angle so I can save more paper because it's all about saving as much scrap as you can save. In case y'all weren't aware of that. Ta-da! Okay, wipe it off because it's our brand new stamp. And we want to keep it brand new. Okay, put it up. And actually, that's kind of a soft acrylic, just because it just occurred to me that it's kind of a, you know, some of these acrylic stamps are kind of tough. They feel tough. This one's kind of soft. Yeah, scrap saver. Because I need to save my scraps, y'all. I don't have near enough scraps. So let's just fussy mussy this out. And when you're fussy cutting, move the paper, the item that you were cutting, more so than the scissors. I mean, you do have to open and close the scissors a little bit, but when you move the item you're cutting, you actually get a smoother edge. And I'm just going to wankle this around so that it kind of looks kind of wrinkledy. Ruffly, not runkle. Y'all, I got to have lunch with Alice a week or so ago. We last year, after or early this year, like in January, we both purchased some clearance pumpkins, and so I met with her a week or so ago, and we were discussing what we were going to do with them. Oh, look, it's going to fit perfect. You can put it way up high, right underneath her breastises, or we can't put it down that low. That's just bizarre. It kind of fits right at her. It fits right at her waist. Isn't that amazing? That's so flippin' amazing. Okay. So now we have red on that one. Let me move my phone. So we have red on that one. But I already know how we can put red over here. We can use some red diamonds on the crown. We can make her hair red. We can give her red hair, y'all. She's a ginger. Let me get the pencils. Get the pencils. Then that way our eye will move around this super fantabulous page we got going on here. I got these inexpensive on the Amazons a couple of years ago. Really inexpensive. God, you know they were inexpensive. They was cheap, people, if I bought them. Look at me. I sound like Jersey. People. I love it when she says that. People, please. I think we're going to go with this red. And our girl's going to get some red hair. Yes. No, maybe. We might have to go over it with a slightly other color. Slightly other color. Now, I'm not pressing with my pencil. Okay. I'm currently channeling Dee Dee. You just want to put light layers of color because you can go over the top of it, okay, with another one. And I will apologize again for the autofocus, but the issue I've had today, I just, you know, whatever, people. To quote Jersey again. La, 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 la. Musical interlude. Just a musical interlude for you, for me, for we. Musical interlude. It's hard to think when you're coloring. I'm not a big color artist. See, doing this, see, this position too much or for a while, you know, like more than 5 minutes at a time, makes my wrist and elbow hurt. So I tend not to do this much, which includes doodling, Zentangling, drawing in general. Crocheting is totally out of the question because that's a whole lot of, and hand quilting, which I miss crocheting and hand quilting terribly much. Terribly much. And I'm going to put another red on there so I can have it more reddish. Yes, Dee Dee, I am going to add a little brown. Just wait for it. And yes, I am in coloring in all different directions. Because I want to. Sometimes I just do little circles. Okay. Is that a good brown? No, I don't like that brown. Let's get this one, which is actually sepia. It says it's sepia. I'm just looking at chat. I'm actually going to look at the chat for a second. It does kind of look like an ostrich plumy kind of thing, doesn't it? Wow, Joyce. You got the imaginations going on there today, girl. Now, I'm trying real hard to stay in line, okay? So, thank you so much, Function. You have a blessed day. And I know who's coming on? K-Berg. Oh, now I'm going to lie because I don't even remember. Beth. So it's almost time for somebody else that normally comes on this day to come on live. So I appreciate y'all being here. Don't feel like you have to stay. But you're more than welcome to stay. Okay. How do I like that? I don't like it very much at all. Not really. But it is what it is. It's still a red, so. And I'm just going to color over the whole thing with beige mastic, which is a really weird name, to just kind of blend all those little reds in instead of using a white to blend. It says a very pale. Just kind of blending those other colors together-ish. of sorts. Y'all, if y'all didn't see Joyce's video or her live show this week, you should go back and watch it because she's doing some jelly printing. And y'all know how Joyce always has a very unique way of doing things, which can learn you a thing or two. Just saying. It can learn you a thing or two. Now, because I've got colors on my light colors, I'm just going to clean that tip off. I told you I'm channeling Dee Dee a little bit. Not a ton of Dee Dee, because I ain't no Dee Dee, but just a little bit. Her lessons have not been totally lost on me, okay? I'm a pretty good osmosis learner. So let's put the pencils away. Don't drop them on the floor because that'll break the lid all inside every one of them. You don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay. So it's kind of red enough. We are going to put some red diamonds on the crown. Okay. I don't know when. Probably when we're almost done. I'm over here fetching the diamonds now. Y'all know I like my diamonds. Close the cabinet door so you don't whack yourself in the head, because that's sure enough, that's what you would do today. Of all days, you would do that today. We're going to leave her barefooted because I like bare feet. Oh, I'm going to put your garnet clasp ring on. Yeah, that's going to be too big, but that's okay. We got it out anyway. Okay. So now I'm feeling corner roundishes. So we're going to round the blue with this little, this makes the little tiniest, cutest little corner round. See that? Just so nice. Again, I apologize for the focus. Makes you go, woo, woo, focus. Oh, that one didn't do it right. Do it right. Play nice. Okay. This puts just a slight softer edge on the geometricness we're going for today. Oh, come on. Gotta focus to get them corners just perfect. Oh, I knocked her skirt off. But she could just be wearing like a bathing suit. You know, that could be a bathing suit. So you could do a beach scene with this lady. Okay. So we got that. But I want to make a bigger, rounder, a more bigger. Rounded corner on the purple. So it's going to be an actual different round on the purple because it's purple. This is actually, to me, it's an actual eggplant. Well, no, I guess eggplants are really dark. My husband is not an eggplant person, and I made a stuffed eggplant a few weeks ago. I'd never done that before, and I loved it. I thought, oh, this is wonderful. Hi, Sharon. So glad you're here. Thanks, y'all, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here live, and everybody for watching the recording. I so appreciate it. Anyway, stuffed eggplant, and it was amazing. To me, I thought it was amazing. He didn't even taste it, really. I'm like, just taste it. It doesn't even taste like eggplant. The only reason you know it's eggplant is because I told you it was eggplant. I'm gonna have to do it again and fake him out next time. I'm just gonna go. Well, we're just gonna have a casserole because once you serve it up on your plate, it doesn't really even look like eggplant. It just looks like casserole. Everything all smushed up together. So, okay, that makes me happy. That makes me happy. Happy-ish. Just not happy with the red hair like that. I should have put white pencil, then the red on top of the white pencil, but no. Okay. Like that, so that they're not directly. Okay. Let's get the glue book. It's the book I glue on top of, not in. I don't glue in it. I glue on top of it. Oh, threw it down. It's okay. We're gonna glue this one on first. Glue that one on first because we're gonna use my favoriteest glue, Aleene's original tacky glue. Like that. Bring it out to the edges. I know I didn't put the red on that yet. We will do that in a minute when we put our diamonds on there. Is it kind of center-ish? Center-ish, enough-ish. Get our roller so we can smash it all down so it's all happy married. All happy married. We made it get twisted. Now it's a twisted sister. Okay, come here, little girl. Anyway, when the computer was doing its restart update, stupid thing, Molly and Champ both got to barking. So it's just as well we lost our live feed at that moment because they were pretty loud, y'all. They were actually pretty darn loud. We've got the people catty corner behind us. Anytime her boyfriend visits, he brings his dog, and his dog likes to bark. I'm not complaining. I'm just statement issue, fact issue. A true story, y'all. And when they put it outside, this is like his second dog, okay? His other one was a wiener dog. And, oh, Lord, it would go all day long. This one stops. This one will bark for about 15 minutes, and then it's like, okay, well, they're not going to let me in, so I'm just going to shut up. That wiener dog literally would stay out there and bark all day long. Hey, Janie, glad you're here. So, and I understand that about wiener dogs because they're a dog that's bred to hunt barns, rabbits and whatever other little game that hunters would hunt for in the ground. And they literally would lay out, okay, outside the hole and wait for the rabbit to come back out. They would starve themselves to death waiting for the rabbit to come out. That was the research I did on wiener dogs because my second mother-in-law bred them and sold them and gave us one because nobody wanted that little thing because his ears was too long. Anyway, because breeders are very particular about the dogs they use, okay? Basset hound. Oh, basset hounds. I had an uncle who had basset hounds. Oh my gosh. Now, this was an uncle we would only see once a year. They lived in Kentucky, okay? And his basset hounds would sit out there and bark and howl and howl and bark. I don't think they ever shut up. Because if one of them was asleep, somebody else was awake. Okay, just saying. I love you, Uncle Bud, but just saying. Uncle Bud is no longer with us. He's with Jesus now. In fact, all my mother's family is gone, including my mother. I have lots of cousins, though. Lots of cousins. Uncle Bud's kids, actually. Lots. I'm not even sure what his real name is. I don't even know if his name was Bud. But I knew him as Uncle Bud. Then my Aunt Ruth's husband was Uncle Cooney, but that wasn't his real name either. I do know his real name. I like that. This is making me happy. It's been a rough day, but it's making me happy. Well, of course, Shelly, because this is where all the wiener dogs are. And it is pronounced wiener dog. Wiener. Not dash hound. Dash hounds are fancy words. Those are fancy dogs. Wiener dogs are Texas dogs, y'all. Okay. This is making me happy. I needed some happy after this morning's pandemic debacle. Wiener dog. Okay. I'm liking that. I know we're going nowhere real fast, y'all. Oh, I need my book back. Put a skirt on her. Went through all that trouble picking a color and stamping and cutting, and there we go. This is a pretty red too, y'all. Oh, and look, it stuck to my finger. Let go. Let go. It's not too bright. It's not too dull. It's just right. Kind of like purple. We got to get it right back to the right spot, which is going to be there. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's, these are all going to be pockets, by the way. Wiener dogs and Uncle Bud. I know. Uncle Bud lived in Kentucky, which if you're not familiar with Kentucky, it is still a southern state. Kentucky is a southern state. Okay. So we're all about the South. I might not have been born in Texas. I was born in the southernest, almost southernest point of the state I was born in, as you could get. Because we're just going to perfectly arrange these and then we're going to mess them up. Okay. All right. I think we're going to ink around the edges of the purple, because it's purple. 5th generation Texan. Wow. I am not even a 1st generation Texan. I do have 2 little sisters. They are 1st generation Texans. One of them's kids were born in Oklahoma, so that doesn't count. So that just shoots that generation right out too, doesn't it? Yes. My brother and I were both born up north, but we got here as fast as we could. Just saying. In case you didn't hear me saying it. Oops. That's that whole wrist carpal tunnel thing that I've had surgery for. I still have the damage, and sometimes I just can't feel stuff in my hands. Especially lightweight stuff. The more lightweighter it is, I can't. I know I can feel it, but I can't feel it. It just falls. Y'all know if you got it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. We're going to put a word somewhere, but I don't want to use beautiful dreamer. I don't want to use that phrase, y'all. Let's pull out some words. Pull out some words. I'm a word collector. Being a poet, we do collect words. Some days certain words just sound so lovely and lyrical to me, I have to write them down. And I don't write them down with a pencil or pen. I type them in the computer. And then I print them out eventually when I get a whole page to print out. So I have a few words, okay? Well, yes, Marion, of course that counts. Great grandfather. Did you know you great grandfather by any? Just wondering. New York. I know that about you, Shelley. Dee Dee's favorite thing, mind mapping, because sometimes these things just sound. Oh, I like this one. Right already. Just found it already. Live more, worry less. Right there. There it is. Word has been chosen. Words have been chosen. And we're going to use all three of these. We're not going to use the plain type one. We're going to use these three. We're going to use three of them. It's a day of threes, y'all. Speaking of three, did y'all know yesterday was Third Wednesday? And that's where we have a Third Wednesday event, and it's called Same Six Wednesday. So it's a fun collaboration between myself, Tanya McGuire, Lisa of My Eclectic Life, Maria's Miscellany, Barbara Clark, Tanya, Lisa, Maria, Barbara, Jean. No. Oh my gosh. Seriously? Jean. There's a link in the video that's on my channel, y'all. And it's where we each sent the 5 other people the same 6 things, and we kept a set for ourselves. And the challenge was to use all 6 things in a project. Wow, that keeps crumbing. Cricket. And I think we're all doing journal pages. And that's the challenge, to use all 6 things. You have to use at least 3 of the things, but you get more points if you use all 6. There are no points, and points don't count because there are no points. But I give myself points for using all 6 things, because thus far I have used all 6 things. I'm gonna keep that because it's a scrap, and a word could be stamped on that, because I do that sometimes too. Michigan. Favorite place was Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee's beautiful. Stop reading chat. Oh, Mississippi. I like Mississippi too. I've been to a lot of states, y'all. Not necessarily so much east or upper east and north. Just saying. I've been everywhere, man. Y'all know that? Y'all remember? Y'all remember? Or do you know that old song? I couldn't even tell you who sang it. Anyway, he'd saying, I've been everywhere, man. I don't know. Don't know anything other than that. Okay, I'm going to just round these little teeny tiny corners, round at them, because I feel like it. Even though my words are not straight, they're kind of all wiggly woggly. But sometimes the best words are wiggly woggly. See, I knew somebody would know that song. Thank you so much, Billie. You have a blessed day. I've not been to Nebraska. I've been to, have I been in Lamar? I don't know. California, New Mexico, Arizona. I've been to Nevada if it's on the way to California. Of course, it takes you a full day, depending on which direction you go, at least a full day to get out of Texas. Unless you're going to Louisiana straight across on I-10, in which case that's a few hours. Okay, California, Arizona, New Mexico. I've been in Nevada because Las Vegas is in Nevada, isn't it? Las Vegas, Nevada. Sounds like it belongs together. Oklahoma, Mississippi, Mississippi, Missouri, and that is Missouri, not Missouri. Illinois, and that's Illinois, not Illinois. I've not been in Nebraska yet. Louisiana, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. Love Savannah. I flew into Philadelphia, so I'm going to count Philadelphia, okay? Because I landed there, so it counts, right? Washington, D.C., which is not a state. It's its own little country. It's a District of Columbia, in case you don't know that about America. Our capital in Washington, D.C. is not United States. Virginia, I've been to Virginia, West Virginia. I like that for there. I like that for there. I like that one for there. Okay. I don't know what that would look. What would that look like? Sometimes I have thoughts in my head and nope. But do we like it on this? I think we do like it on that. So now we got to make little strips of red. Now all my cutters fell on the floor. That's what crashed a minute ago, y'all. Now we got to try to figure out how to use this one. We want just little slivers. Little slivers. Okay. Just little slivers. Like that. Where's the cutter blade? Oh, it moved. Well, that's sad. perfect. Get that up there. Wait, go up there. Quit. It's got a magnet. It's sucking it down before I'm ready. Third world problems, y'all. I might not like this cutter. Trimmer. I know it looks like I'm kind of measuring, but I'm really not. I'm just still eyeballing. Oh, get out of there. My word twisted. My label word twisted. Man, that makes a big plunking noise. Not making me happy. Oh. Okay. Let's glue these on. Real quick, like ish. Then we'll trim it down just a wee bit more to make it just a little more copacetic. Are we still online? Okay, good. Oh, good. Yes, I've been on Route 66. My husband was born on Route 66, not the freeway, but a hospital, a brand new. He was one of the. I think it was a brand new hospital when he was born. Did there, and which is kind of ironic if you think about it, because the hospital I was born in was a new hospital. Isn't that funny? But we weren't born in the same one. So, anyways. And we visited that hospital that he was born in when we went to New Mexico. Because he's a New Mexican. He's not an old Mexican. He's a New Mexican. Okay. It's got a glue fuzzy on it. All right, let's trim these out-ish. Okay. That one up there. Already picked. Well, that one darn near looks straight. How did that happen? Okay. I probably won't keep these little tiny squares. An elevator. No, you weren't, Joyce. Oh my gosh, Joyce is saying she was born on an elevator. No, you weren't. Really? I was the New Year's baby. I was the New Year's baby and I wasn't even born on New Year's Day. Just saying. I was 10 days out. But I was the first baby born in that year. Made the newspaper, so they say. I don't know. I've never gone back and looked up that newspaper. Okay. Okay. Y'all, it's just been such a day. We're going to use some art glitter glue, and this one's going to become a pocket. Did I say they're all going to be pockets? They are. Oops. My glue slung out. Glue, you're weeping. Glue is weeping. So to make a pocket, you just glue 3 sides in a horseshoe. Well, it depends on where you want your pocket to open. If you want it to open at the top, you glue the sides and the bottom. Now, let me line this up perfectly. Perfectly. We'll hold it for a couple of days. Boy, that glue is just weeping out of there. Hey, McLinda. Hospital. Oh. That is really neat, Joyce. I'm going to put the pen thing back in here because it is just, it's like weeping. It's crying for the day I've had, y'all. Get in here. Get in here. But y'all know how that could be. It could be YouTube itself. Because it does glitch out sometimes. Although most of today's problems, I don't think were actually YouTube related. Just a wee bit more. There it is. Come on, get back in there before it starts weeping some more. Now I want this one kind of like down here-ish. Yeah, more like that. So we'll do something like that. Yay, we're back. Yay. Okay. I appreciate y'all spending your time with me. It makes me happy, makes me feel good about myself, and that is the truth. And sometimes that's all we need is to feel good about ourselves. Okay, we're going to glue our words, our labels. We're going to glue them down. My favorite glue. Art glitter glue is my second favorite glue. Because it's got the teeny tiny nozzle thing on there. Oh, somebody should have inked around these. And there we have it. Guess we're not feeling real fancy today. This one was going to go here edge, right? About their edge. Anyway, my brain has already drifted. I don't even know where I am now. Where am I? What's my name? Not so fancy because we didn't ink around them. That's what it was. We got glue everywhere. Glue strings. Diamonds. Use some diamonds on the crown. One, two, three, because it's my favorite number. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Just throwing it out there. Get a pokey tool. So we can get these diamonds off of this sticky paper. That's not red. This one's red. One. Two. Three. One, two, three. I got to make them all squooch up together so they're all on the crown. Okay. Ta-da! And we'll bring it up. So you can see the fancy diamonds. Can you see the fancy diamonds? They're in wet glue. Okay. So we have 3 pockets. We need 3 teeny tiny tags. Oh, that just fits in there so perfect. Wow! We've got one. We got to cut it. How much do we want to cut it? So that's about 4 inches, and we'll take it about 4 inches then. Move over. We don't want to damage you. Oh, now we get this loud clackety clacky. Okay, there's clackety. 4 inches. I don't like how loose it is over here, y'all. Will this one fit in there? Ah, it will. Okay. We got that one. We got this one. Where'd that ruler go? Don't touch the diamond, so 2 inches. Oh, see? It doesn't hold very tightly right there, y'all. Well, that's upsetting. Okay. Need one more red. Where's the... Oh. Okay. Lucky for us, we had a scrap, another scrap. And it needs to measure 2 1/4, probably about 2 1/4. That's what we're going to make it. 2 1/4. And y'all, what I don't like that clacking noise, and I don't like that it doesn't hold real well over here. It wants to wiggle. But I do like it's got the little marks on here that tells me how many dots that is. Just saying. Gotta keep that. That's a nice scrap there, y'all. 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Well, that's just, I don't even know what to say about that. We are memory keepers. Trim this ruffled edge off now. I've got a ruffled edge on it. Okay. Will it actually slide in there? No. Nope. Oh. So we'll go right there. Now, will it slide in? Still a little tight. We're just going to scissor it. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect, because I said so. All right. Now let's use the little corner rounder, the tiny rounder. Now, everybody I've seen that uses these, it always cracks right here. And I have fixed it once. And it's already re-cracked right there. It still punches. It's just, it gets a little wonky right here. So I can't actually promote this little corner puncher other than it's a delicate little tiny corner. Just saying. Because I like to just say a lot. The blather on. Well, thanks, Sharon, so much for being here. I appreciate your time. and your help in bringing this page together and enduring all my, oh, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. That's still kind of tight. Anyway, so we need some fibers. And I actually arranged my fibers onto pieces of corrugate. I'll show you just a minute. And I can actually fit them all in one drawer now. So these are the two choices I picked. We have this one and we have this one. I picked red. I like sparkle. We're going with the sparkle today. These are little tags, so they need little fibers on them. Well, they don't have to have fibers on them, but I want them to. We're going to get a hole punch. We're going to eyeball center-ish. About right there. And that's awful big hole for this little tiny one, but so it goes. So it goes. Okay. Punch some holes. And I magically have some little hole reinforcers already made. And they are made from coffee dyed papers. Cardstock. I shouldn't say paper, it's cardstock. And we're just going to use these. Let's get our weeping glue back. It's not hard to make your own hole reinforcers. You punch the center hole first. Look at that. It's just weeping all over the place, y'all. You punch the center hole first, and then you come over it with a larger circle punch and center that center hole, the first one, center it-ish as best as you can, and then punch it out. Now you got hole reinforcers, your own fancy handmade reinforcers that will match whatever you want them to match. I don't like how that just keeps weeping out of there. So gluing them on. I'll hold it up closer. I'm just going to put it on one side, y'all. Ta-dum. Ta-dummer. Ta-dummest. Okay, so I already said we were going to use this one because I picked it. So I'm going for red. It's what I have. So we want about like that. And this is eyelash trim, so it's just going to get little hairy hairs everywhere because that's what it does. Anyway, I put all my fibers on corrugate, pieces of corrugate cards, you know, from your Amazon shipping boxes or your cereal boxes. Well, you need something heavier than a cereal box. And I just put them, wrapped them all up on there. And now they all fit in one drawer instead of having some in one drawer and some in another drawer and then some in a baggie behind me. And I'm just making a loop, making a slip knot, y'all. So putting the closed end of the loop through the hole, taking the loose ends of the fiber, which is kind of hard to grab because it's got all them loose fiber hairs on there, and pulling those through the loop. And then it's on there. And if you need to, you can use a crochet hook if you should happen to have a crochet hook, which I do have a bunch of them. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch. I think I have less than 10 because I used to be a crocheter. I can't do it anymore and I miss it. So there's that. Pulling the loose ones off. Going to put the fibers in the trash. And the little tiny pieces of cardstock will go into the recycling bag so they can get recycled by our city. I think we're just about going to call this one done, y'all. It's been a heck of a day. So we're going to put that tag in there. Please go in there. There you go. This one's going to go in here. I know it covers up that little word thing, but that's okay. I said it's okay. And we're going to put this one in there. Oh, it's just a little long. Let me trim a little more off of the bottom of this one. Then we'll have to re-round the corners again. I want it to slide in there pretty much all the way. Get in there. There we go. Yes. Here we go. Ta-dam, 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 ta-dam. Okay, y'all know what time it is? I know what time it is. It's time to pick a winner for the leftover folder treasure, which isn't necessarily a lot, but y'all know I'm real good at adding more stuff in there. Just saying, I'm good at it because we don't have much in there now, but I will add some. So the deal is you have to be here live, a real live internet audience, and you have to pick one number only. The one closest without going over will be the winner of the leftover folder treasure. You have to wait for me to type in the word go, and then you will get to pick your number between 1 and 79, okay? And it's okay if you won last month or you've already won before or you not won before. I would prefer you to be in the United States, but, you know, if you're not in the United States, I'm sure I can work it out. So, hang on. Rearranging. Y'all get ready. Yes, between the numbers are between 1 and 79. One number only. The closest without going over. The first one closest without going over. And you may go as you see fit. And where's my little paper pad? My note taker. So we're going to have ball number, winner. Don't forget to thumb it up. I think it goes this way. I don't know. It's still latched. I have to unlatch it. Let me see who keeps doodling on my phone. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and stop because there's not too many people here today. Sure, lots of folks are still over at Dee Dee's, and then we also have, gosh, I can't remember who's coming on. If it's Beth, K-Berg. Somebody else is already, they're probably already been on for a while. Okay. You two unclick. So now I'm going to unloop it. Let's see if we can get a number. I'm going, there it is. I thought I was going the wrong way for a minute there. We have number 7-3. 7-3. So let me go back. 7-3 without going over. I'm showing Sharon Marlow. Hey, Juanita, how are you, darling? Sharon, you are the winner. Sharon. Please send me an email. It is in the description box below the video. The word contact is part. Okay, now we're saying. Oh, okay. I got confused for a second there because okay, you'll Twitter. Okay, that will work as well, Sharon Marlow. You may Twitter me. I'm also on the Instagrams. I think I have all those links in the description box. If they're not there right now, they will be shortly because I had to restart today's show a couple times. And we have a first part and we have a part 2. First part is really just chatting. But there's important information in there, y'all. Isn't there always? Don't I always fill you up with wonderful, important information? I appreciate each and every one of you. Your kind comments, your likes, your shares, your thumbs up, and I so appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.